Hey everybody, so today I'm here filming a Q&A / get ready with me, and I took a poll on Instagram to ask you guys for some questions that you wanted to know. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the video. So it's gonna start now. We're gonna start with I already prepped my skin, so we're gonna start out with one question. What is my race? So my dad is Mexican, my mother is white. She has some American Indian in her, but she's predominantly white. So, sorry. Yeah, so I'm Mexican and white, so I'm Mexican American. I have been in Mexico before. My entire dad's family lives there, with the exception of one of my uncles and a few of my cousins, but I have been there before, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're planning a trip to go see them, because I really want Nolan to meet all of them over there. And so yeah, that's what we're planning on doing. So since I have already done one step on my face in a question, I'm just gonna go back and forth. So I'm using, if you guys know, I love these two foundations together, the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation so much. It was only like $4 at the Dollar General. I hate spending money. So, and being a newlywed, I can't go out there and buy, you know, the most expensive foundation, but that's okay because we're learning. And the CYO foundation, I actually ordered this off of Walgreens. I don't think they have it in stores, but do not quote me on that. But and I'm in shade, and the CYO I'm in shade I think 104. It's kind of rubbed off, so I think 104. And then in the LA Colors one, I am golden beige. And so what I'm gonna do is just mix these two on the back of my hand. Just kind of a pump. Like 1.5 pump of each, and then my fake beauty blender. I'm just gonna rub these together on the back of my hand. And so yeah, I'm gonna start blending. And sorry if I look over here, my mirror's right here. So while I'm blending, I'll answer another question. Okay. And I wrote them down, so that's why I'm looking down here too. So how long did me and Nolan date before we got engaged? So this is kind of super funny. Technically, me and Nolan's never started dating until we got engaged. We just kind of were always together. Like, so during high school, well, before high school, middle school actually, me and Nolan knew each other because he used to ref my brother's soccer games. And so, and our dads used to play soccer together too. So we kind of always knew of each other. And then during high school, we went to a party together once. And I'll explain all of this in the next few questions. But we went to a party together once, but we had different types of lifestyles back then, and so we went to this party and we had hung out there and everything was cool, and then we just kind of went our own ways and did our own things, and everything was cool, no big deal. And then we kind of got back together, like not got back together, but kind of like associating ourselves with each other again back in like 2017. So we were kind of together ever since then, like on and off together, not like together, but like together. So yeah. Alex, it's a little bit complicated right now just because I'm not explaining the whole entire story, but by the end of the video, you'll know me and Nolan's love story. Another question was, who is my role model? So basically, to me, having a role model is super, super important, because that's who you look up to, and that's who you want to be like. So, or the characteristics you most want to exemplify. So I would say, I have different role models for different parts of my life. So like, I have a role model for how I want to be like a teacher. I have a role model for the type of Christian I want to be. I have a role model for what type of wife I want to be. But for instance, say just for I don't know, for being like a good person, like an all-around great person, I would say my role model is, so my role model for just being a good person and like being highly dependable and like just an awesome person that I absolutely love with my entire heart, it would have been my grandma. She passed when I was in 8th grade, but she was literally like my best friend ever. She was there like every single day of my childhood, basically, and so and she was just the most awesome person ever. Like, besides like her being my grandma, like she was really like the best person ever. She would tell you like how it was, and but she would say it in like the most kindest way ever. And like everyone, I don't know if anybody that really didn't love her, but everyone says that like I'm super honest like her, and like everyone says I like have a lot of characteristics as her. So that's super like when somebody tells me that, I'm just like, yeah. But she was an awesome lady and I miss her literally every single day. But besides that, we're gonna keep on going. Like I said, these questions are kind of all over the place, so I'm sorry. Right now I'm just kind of blending my makeup in, making sure there's no harsh lines and everything is sitting in the skin. And if you notice, I don't put foundation underneath my eyes because I'm gonna put concealer there, and I don't want it to get, you know, too like cakey, because I just don't really like that. But oh, this is a funny question. So if you've seen in like a past video, Nolan said that he was going to teach you guys how to lace his shoelaces. So who knows, that could be coming up soon in a video that we are planning. So we might put that in there as a tidbit. Trying to think. Okay. And so yeah, the next I'm going to use the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This shade is super light for me, but it's Fair Warm, which is like ridiculously light for my skin tone, but I really wanted to try it, and this is the only shade they had, so I've been making it work. So I'm just gonna put like the smallest amount right here in the corner of my eye, so you can tell it's super light, but I really don't mind it because it works. I'm just gonna put like super tiny amount, and then close that. I'm gonna start blending once again. So while I'm blending this, I'll do another question. What is your biggest regret? So this is kind of hard for me because I do have regrets, but then I think like if it never would have happened, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And so, but I will say like the thing that I've struggled with the most about like how I used to be and how I am now is the fact that I gave myself away before marriage. That was something that I did not really plan to do and didn't really want to do it. Well, in the time I did want to do it, but like now, like that, and like having to have that conversation with Nolan, and really just because that's something you can get back, like once you get rid of like alcohol, drugs, stuff like that. Like yeah, it's hard to recover from that, and but people can stop. Like that's something that you can do if you really like work hard towards, and it's something that people struggle with every single day, but it's something that you can overcome, even though it's still like lingering and you still struggle with it every day, but you can't overcome it. But with losing that, like you can't ever get that back, and so like you can never have that with somebody else, and so you can't, it's just not as special. And I just kind of threw that away in the moment, and that is probably my biggest regret. But we're gonna get off that topic. But anyways, so another you guys really asked some like deep questions, so And I'm going to use my Coty Airspun loose face powder to set my under eyes. But, sorry, that question has me, like, all over the place. But, anyways, what is the most challenging part about your major? So, if you guys don't know, my major is, professions in deafness, but my concentration is in K through 12 deaf and hard of hearing teacher preparation. I know it's a really long concentration, and but basically what that means is deaf ed. So I'm teaching deaf kids, and I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. Flawless concealer brush and just kind of buff out the creases so I don't set the creases. But what that means is, it means a lot of things. So basically what I want to do is become an itinerant teacher, itinerary or itinerant teacher. I'm not really sure which is the proper word, but and with that I'll travel to different schools in the county, and I can teach like deaf kids ranging from K through 12th grade. So that's really what I want to do with it. But the most challenging part about my major is obviously it's learning a new language. So right now, like, I'm past, usually you learn language the best like from 0 to 3 years old, and so like now, like, my brain is no longer like a sponge, like as spongy as what it used to be. So that is probably like the most challenging part, is learning the new language and like making sure that I thoroughly know it and not just kind of like breeze by, but like know everything about deaf culture, about deafness, about sign language, and about other modes of communications other than sign language. So yeah, that's probably the most challenging part. I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to make this video like super long, but it probably will be. Okay, so when did I know Nolan was the one? So again, me and Nolan, I kind of gave you the backstory, but so me and Nolan, it was 2017. Me and Nolan were both, had just gotten right with the Lord, and in the year of 2016. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I have my dates. I can't believe it's been that long. But these 3 years have flown by. Oh my goodness. But so it was about. It was 2017, so we both got right with the Lord in 2016. But then 2017, I had just graduated from high school, and we had both went to our church's youth camp. And while we were there, Nolan had been telling me, like, I'm gonna be your husband. I was like, okay, no. And so he had been praying for it for a long time. And so finally we had went, and I'm gonna set my entire face with this Coty Airspun palette. But we had went to youth camp, and finally I was just like, okay, Lord, like, I had been praying for it for a long time. Like, Lord, what do you want me to do? Because I don't want to move without you. No one had been wanting to be in a relationship with me for a long time. But me, being me, I was like, I can't really do relationships because that's just not the type of person that I am. And so, like, I just wanted to focus on me, I was just about to start school. And so I was like, okay, fresh start. Like, I'm going to get my life, like, a whole new fresh start. Well, then, we went to youth camp that year, and the Lord just kind of spoke to me, and he was basically like, Alexis, like, what are you doing? I keep putting this man back into your life, and you just keep throwing him out, and I keep bringing him back, and you just keep throwing him out. So there's a reason that I'm literally I keep bringing him back into your life. And so I was like, okay, Lord, and I just completely surrendered to him, and I was like, it's not my will, it's your will. And so, yeah, that's kind of basically how it happened. Super easy, but it happened like that. So, another question I got was, okay, and this is just the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in shade Dolce de Leche. And I really love this palette, if you can tell. I need to buy a new one. And this is the contour brush from Wet n Wild too. I've had this for a very long time. I need to purchase a new one, but it's okay. And I'm just gonna take these like in the contour my cheek. But another question I got was, what was my breaking point? What made me want to change? So, it was kind of it was my junior year of high school. I got a drinking ticket, and my dad completely lost like all respect for me, or not he lost respect, and he like lost all of I lost all of his trust, and I was grounded for 6 months. Like, my parents took away my phone. For Christmas, I got back my cracked iPhone, and that's all I got, but I deserved it. And I'm trying to think. And then so from there, I was like, okay, like this I need to put a stop on this. Well, I didn't. I kept on going. I just didn't go as hardcore as what I had went before. And so, but I was still doing it. And so still going out, still like partying with my friends. And so finally, it was the summer before my senior year of high school. And so we had went traveling and everything. And finally, we went on this we went on this boardwalk, and we were talking, and all these people were in front of us, and they were like, leave, like, you don't want to talk to these people, like, because they were talking about Jesus. And so finally, I just kind of, some days had went on, and I finally kind of surrendered. Oh, and this is the LA Colors Red Rouge Blush in shade Awesome. But I'm just putting this on the apples of my cheek. I don't know where I got this brush. Probably Amazon or something. I've had it for a very long time. So then I kind of just, some time went on, and I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, like, I'm done with this lifestyle. Like, I need Jesus in my life. Like, this isn't who you raised me to be. This isn't who I am. I need to go back to how I was, and how I need to go back to me being a saved person, and not just a person like wasting my life away. And so yeah, so then we were on our way back from the trip, and I called my mom, and I was like, I wanted to get right, but I was still like, I don't want to give up my lifestyle. So then I called my mom, and I was like, hey, like, I'm going to a Wiz Khalifa concert. And she was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. And she was like, no, you're not. You're coming to church. So I was like, okay. So I went to church to make my mom happy. And while I was there, the Lord just was like, Alexis, like, come home to me. Like, it was kind of like the prodigal child. And so if you don't know about that, look that up or ask me about it. I'll be happy to explain. I relate to that part of the Bible so much, because it's about backsliding, and it's about other things too, but that's how I personally relate to it, is backsliding. So yeah, just message me or get a hold of me, contact me, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it. And so he was like, just come home to me. Like, you've been away for so long. Like, I miss you. I miss our relationship. I miss our conversations. So I was like, okay, Lord, like, I'm here. I'm back again. And I promise, like, I won't do that again. And it's a struggle every day not to go back to how I used to be, because, I mean, my flesh does desire it a lot. But that's not who I want to be. That's not who my soul wants me to be, and who the Lord wants me to be. So, yeah, that was kind of the whole breaking point and everything. So what's it like living with Lauren? Hey Lauren. Oh, and this is just the LA Colors highlight and contour palette in shade light medium. I just like doing like a little bit of this on the same contour brush and going back in like slightly just to define my cheeks a little bit. But what's it like living with Lauren? I love Lauren so much. I wouldn't be able to make it throughout college without her. I mean, I'm sure we have our rough patches, but I mean, who doesn't? If you're living with someone and you're with someone constantly all the time, then obviously you're not gonna be perfect. But it's great with living with Lauren. We relate to each other a lot, and we kind of have a bond that like nobody else really has. So I'm very thankful for her and our relationship, and like how far we've come, because me and Lauren didn't always used to like each other, but we do now love each other. She was in my wedding, literally wouldn't have had it any other way. And so yeah, it's great living with Lauren, and it's gonna be super hard next year, like not living with her like at all. And so, but it's okay, we're gonna make it work. And so what is the hardest and easiest thing about marriage? So the hardest thing about marriage currently right now is the fact that I don't live here in our house 24 all day, all week. So I live in Greensboro from Monday through Thursday, and then I live here Thursday night through Monday. So that's currently the hardest part. But the easiest part about marriage is the fact that besides being married, me and Nolan are actually best friends. Like, when people are we just joke around constantly, like we're literally like best friends. And so that's what makes marriage so easy, is the fact that it's the fact that we are just genuinely best friends, and that makes our marriage easier. And the fact that we have the Lord in the center of our marriage, it makes it a lot easier to know that we have somebody guiding us, and that me and Nolan both love the Lord more than what we love each other. And so that's what makes our marriage super easy. But I'm sure that our marriage, we haven't faced like any big, like huge problems, or not problems, but situations yet. And so again, we're still pretty new into this thing, so I'm sure I'll have more stories soon. But for now, yeah. What's it like being married so young? And right now I'm taking the e.l.f. brow pencil in shade neutral brown. And I'm just gonna comb up my eyebrow hairs first and kind of work with them. But what's it like being married so young? So being married at 19, I really wouldn't suggest it. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to say that I don't suggest it, but it is really, really hard, considering I am only 19 and I'm still trying to learn about myself, and I'm still trying to learn about like the world, how I fit into it, what I want to do. But now it's not just about me figuring that out, but it's about every decision that I make or want to make also affects Nolan. So I have to think about that when I'm making decisions about like future jobs and where we want to live, and what kind of like the timing of everything. And everything I do just isn't on me now, it's on Nolan too, and everything that Nolan does isn't just on him now, but it's also on me. And so that's probably the hardest thing about being married at 19, is figuring out yourself while also being connected with someone. So yeah, but I mean, it's definitely doable. I'm married at 19. I do 19 credit hours. I work 3 jobs. And I'm trying to, that's why this YouTube, like, I really love doing YouTube, but it's so hard for me to edit videos, film videos in, like, my craziness of life. And so, yeah, that's what it's like being married so young. And, okay, what does Nolan do? So, this is kind of funny. So, that's so funny, like, you worded that question very funny. But, what does Nolan do? So Nolan is a barber. He works in Mooresville. He is actually a really good barber. I'll give it to him. So Nolan, that's what he does. He also is a preacher. He's not a pastor, but he is a preacher. So whenever somebody calls and asks him to come preach, he goes and preaches. Usually I make all of them, but like there's some where school gets in the way and I can't really be there for all of them. So that's another hard part about being married. But yeah, that's what Nolan does. And yeah, that's what he does. But, another question. Any advice for teenage girls? So, as you've heard some of my story so far, my advice would be to get a really good group of friends. I had really good friends, and they definitely supported my lifestyle changing, and they were all a part of it, and we were all super, super close. But I also had a really good church family too. And so, sorry guys, eating this apple. Having really good church friends and family really helped me keep myself accountable for, because I knew what my flesh desired, but I didn't want that. But it definitely kept me accountable and made me not want to go back to how I used to be. And just having a really good relationship with the Lord. I know not everybody is a Christian and not everybody believes in God, but if you ever want to talk to me, like, please, like, let me know. But just having something to hope and believe in really helped me, and having to put my faith in something other that was bigger than myself, it helped me grow as a Christian, because I am a Christian, and I'll proclaim it till the day I die. But yeah, that's what really helped me, and I stayed grounded. And through all of that, I never lost sight on what I wanted, and I wanted to go to college personally. Not everybody does. That's not the route for everybody, and that's okay. But me personally, I wanted to go to college, and I knew not to screw up anything with school, so I could go to college. So that's my advice for teenage girls. And just make sure that like you believe in yourself, and like you have good self-confidence and self-esteem, because if you believe in yourself, there's not hardly anything that can stop you. Just have a good attitude, good self-esteem. And I know that's hard for some people. I've struggled with it personally, but I had to grow and learn how to do it for myself, and know that anybody else couldn't do it for me. It was me that had to do it for myself. So yeah, just believe in yourself. Are you a princess? Yes, I am. Sorry, this apple's like going down the wrong way. I am a princess. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna take this Makeup Revolution Soph times the extra Makeup Revolution palette. I'm gonna take the shade Cookie Dough. But on my Wet n Wild, I think this is just a blending brush, and I'm just gonna put this in the crease and like all over the eye. But yes, I am a princess. I actually work for a company called Enchanted Elegance and Character and Heroic Adventures. It's a company based out of Mooresville, but we go to the Lake Norman, Charlotte region. We've also done some events at, in High Point and Greensboro. And we're trying to, you know, grow even more. But I am Moana, and if you guys want to see a Moana makeup tutorial, let me know in the comments below, because so many people have told me that, but I've like verbally, but they haven't told me like social media-ly. Is that a word? Okay, anyways. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see a Moana makeup tutorial. It's kind of very similar to this, just like a little bit more, And so, yeah, I'm Moana, and I also assist other princesses. We actually have a huge Kings and Princesses ball coming up, a father-daughter dance. And so, there's still tickets on sale. I'll leave the link below. And so if you guys want to do that, then definitely buy some tickets. And yeah, I wish I could give you a discount, but I can't. So, but it's not that expensive at all. Yeah, so that I'm going for a super basic look today. And then so yeah, I'm a princess. And so the next question is do you do devotionals, and how do you do them? And I do devotionals. Me and one of my friends from church, Ashton, aka Tater, we actually have a oh my gosh, I forgot to set my face. It's okay, but I'll go ahead and set it just like a little bit. But this is the LA Colors Mineral Pressed Powder in shade Creamy Natural. And this is also the Real Technique sponge, and I'm just gonna set this kind of around the nose, because that's kind of where I get oily. But me and Tater have a devotional page. It's called Filling the Gap Devotionals. I'll leave the link below on our Instagram handle below. And we kind of wanted to, I'm gonna go back in with this blush brush and just kind of excess. I didn't put anything over it, but just kind of blend that all in together. But we kind of had the idea to write a devotional about 2 years ago. And so basically we were like, well, until we can get all of this done, let's start an Instagram page. And so now we just write devotionals on our Instagram page, and we post pictures of our devotionals on our Instagram page. So check it out and make sure you give us a follow. That'd be super appreciated. But so I write my devotionals is 2 ways: either something that I'm struggling with or like want to know personally, or something that like I just find interesting, or something that I don't know anything about. And so like I know Nolan's parents, they're Sunday school teachers. They asked us to do a Sunday school lesson on, they were doing the Beatitudes. And I was like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. And so I studied that. And so, and a devotional is different for everybody. We all learn in different ways. I'm a kinesthetic learner, so I have to do to learn it. And so I use a lot of real world examples to do that, so I can learn like, oh, this, and this, and apply it spiritually. And so yeah, if you ever want to know like what my devotions look like or how I write them, like the actual format that I write them, just let me know. And yeah, maybe I'll do a video on it. So who knows? But now I'm taking the LA Colors Strobing Illuminating Powder in shade Champagne. Love this so much. $4 at the Dollar General, so you know, deals. And this brush I got from Amazon. Again, I've had it for a long time. And I'm just gonna take this, kind of dust it off, and right here. I mean, look at that, $4. You cannot beat that. Like, hello. Just gonna take a little bit more. But yeah, and I'm gonna take some right there too. Oh my gosh, look at that. Another question I got was, how did you get into makeup? So this is actually super funny. Of my friend group, I never really was like that girl. Like I wasn't the girly one of the group, and I wore makeup, but not like makeup. And so like this would have been a lot for me, like back in the day. I say back in the day like I'm super old, but I'm not. Like this is only like 5 years ago, but still, like 5 years ago seemed like that lifestyle seems like forever ago, so that's why I'm saying that. But this would have been a lot for me. And so I was about a year ago maybe that I was like, ooh, like I really started to like, and I'm just gonna take this Real Technique sponge with all the powder that was on it, just kind of blend it over to melt it in the skin. But I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like I actually love how it can make my face change, and like it's so much fun, like how we can just play with colors. And so then I started really buying makeup, and like really started like watching YouTube videos and YouTube makeup tutorials, and I was like, okay, like I really enjoy this, and I just started practicing it, and I ended up like loving it. And I started practicing on like different people, and it was super fun. And so yeah, that's how I got into makeup, and I've been doing it ever since. And my job, my princess job, really like allowed me to like dive into makeup, because I got to like practice like morphing my face into Moana. And so and I started buying different products to help me do that, to make my face look more like Moana. So yeah. And I'm not gonna do any top eyeliner today, but I am gonna take this, oh my gosh, the highlighter and just kind of go on my ring finger and just put this in the corner of the eyes. Just like that, just like a tiny amount. Today I am doing this, and I'm gonna clean house, and then we have a meeting tonight at the church for the women. So yeah. Also, another thing, so I know that I've been trying to upload on on Wednesdays and Sundays, but like I've realized they were just not good days for me. So what days do you guys, oh my gosh, what days do you guys want to me to upload videos? I'm thinking about uploading like maybe every Tuesday, because Saturdays are super hard for me because I am always like doing princess stuff. And but like Tuesday nights, I think that would be the best. Either Tuesday nights or I don't know, I'm not sure what days work best for me. And I'm just gonna take the oh, that eyeliner pencil was, oh my gosh, I have no idea. I think I got it from like the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General. It was like $1 eyeliner. Nothing too important, nothing too fancy. This is the LA Colors Perfect Curl Volumizing or Volumizing mascara. I'm just gonna take this and coat my lashes really quick. But I'm trying to think when would be the best day to upload, like successfully upload. But I'm thinking Tuesdays, but I'm not quite sure. And while I do this, I'm gonna answer the last question. Yes, I know we've arrived here. And I probably should, this is kind of like the most random question ever, and I probably should have made a better spot for it, but sorry. What do you do to stay fit? This is funny. So I'm not fit. I've gained weight since high school. I'm not ashamed to admit that, because high school I was like super skinny, but like I made myself super skinny so I could like fit in. Plus I did a lot of cheerleading, so I was like always doing motion, like always doing cheerleading or doing something with my body. So yeah. But okay, so me and Nolan have come to the realization that we've gained weight, and that's okay, but we just kind of like, we want to become healthier because we just want to feel more energized. And like me and Nolan were like super like healthy people in high school, and so we're not super healthy, but like we were very slim and very like lean, so we're trying to get back to that again. So we have been buying different types of groceries than what we bought when we initially got married, which was like 2 months ago, but still 2 months can make a lot of difference in weight gain, weight loss. So we've been like changing the ways that we eat, the ways that we buy things. Obviously I'm not a perfect eater, and I'm just kind of starting at this, but like this morning for breakfast, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys, so I'm allergic to nuts. So I was deprived of peanut butter. I used to love peanut butter, but then I formed the allergy. I used to love peanut butter so much. And so for 2 years I was like, oh my gosh, like I like miss peanut butter and everything. Turns out, I don't know why I didn't think of this like 3 years ago. No, 4 years ago. 4 years ago. There are substitutes for peanut butter. I know I sound like an idiot, but there are substitutes for peanut butter. And so I finally found them, and one of them is called sunflower seed butter, and I have been loving it. I am like, for breakfast this morning I ate I'm in the process of eating green apples and a rice cake with the sunflower seed butter on it, and it is so good. Like and like I've been trying out recipes that are like they don't taste bad, but they're like super healthy for you. And so because that's one thing, like I can't eat something if it's not good. Like that's just not who I am. I can't force myself to eat it. I'm gonna take it and wipe the makeup off. I'm just gonna put some Carmex on. Not you don't need to see that. Yeah, and Nolan has started kickboxing near the house, and I think I have made the decision that I'm going to start running again. I used to love to run, and if I could find a job like doing cheerleading, that would be ideal, but I just can't fit that in my schedule, I don't think, right now. So yeah, I think I'm going to start running again, which is going to be I like love running. I used to love running. I used to run with my dad, and so it was just such a calming thing for me and like a stress reliever. So I think I'm gonna start running again. But yeah, that's it. This is the completed look. Super simple, super easy. Anybody can do it. Sorry it took so long. It was probably because I was talking, but I'm about to finish eating, go clean, and yeah, if you guys want to leave some video like suggestions down below. I'm thinking about doing a house tour maybe of mine and Nolan's house. Maybe like clean out day, like we need to get rid of some things already, I know. And so yeah, just let me know in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for sending in questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But yep, it's time for me to go be responsible and do some wifely marital duties. So bye, you guys. I'll see you guys later. Make sure you forget to subscribe and like and comment. Oh. Yes, so make sure you guys do that. I'll see you guys later. Bye, you guys. See you later.